Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to target your calorie intake for a maximum fat loss environment. This is probably the most difficult problem everybody is facing that goes on a cutting diet or any type of diet just to lose fat. And the problem is that most people target their calories so low for their body that their body has a certain reaction, and this reaction is a famine environment. The body thinks it's in a famine environment, and what's going to happen is that it's going to lose more muscle mass and it's actually going to lose fat. And a lot of people think, well, it doesn't matter, I'm just going to get down on the scale, I'm just going to fit into the clothes and this is it. But what you don't realize is that if you take a person A and a person B, person A has got the same body fat levels, low body fat, than person B, low body fat. And person A has got significantly more muscle mass than person B. Person B is going to look very, very bad, full stop. It's going to look flabby, it's going to look shapeless, it's not going to look good. Naked is going to look extremely terrible. So this is what happens when you don't have muscle mass. You need to keep your muscle mass to give your body shape. This is why people look good, or this is why people look bad. And it is for women, it is for men, it's for everybody. Now a further problem is that when the calories are too low, and you start losing more muscle than you lose fat, the muscle determines your base metabolic rate of your body. Now the base metabolic rate is what determines how much energy your body is burning. So the lower your base metabolic rate, the less energy your body is going to burn in the future. And the higher your metabolic rate, the more energy your body is going to burn in the future. So if you drop too much muscle mass, your body has going to basically get permanent damage in terms of its base metabolic rate. And the least amount of food you're going to start consuming again in the future, carbs or anything, it doesn't matter, your body is going to put on a lot of weight because its energy consumption requirements has dropped dramatically. So you're basically harming your body terribly, and most people don't realize that. And that is why most people are completely overweight, because they go on this famine type of environment diets, after famine type of environment diet, after famine type of environment diet, and the body base metabolic rate is so low after a couple of years that is why the people are so overweight. Where do you target your calories? The problem is that you can't just grab a diet off the internet. Doesn't matter how good the diet is. Each of our bodies are so different that the same solution is not going to work for person A and for person B. The chances is very, very slim that that's going to happen. You need to go through a process to realign that diet to fit for your body. Now, how do you do that? You need to do two things. You need to, every 14 days, we can make it weekly, but I suggest every 14 days. You need to weigh yourself in on a scale, and you need to take fat caliper measurements of your body. Go and buy yourself a fat caliper. It's not that expensive, and get your partner or somebody you know to take the measurements for you. And you need to write these measurements down on a piece of paper so you can start getting a picture of what is going on. That fat caliper measurements, it must be everywhere. You need to check your forearms, your biceps, your triceps, your neck, your upper back, your lower back, your calves, your upper legs, your tummy. You need to take it all over your whole body so you can get a good picture of what your fat pinch measurements is of your whole body. Now those two things are creating a picture for you, and that picture tells you what is happening every week to the diet that you're following. Now if you lost on the scale but your fat caliper measurements for the past 14 days stayed roughly the same, that means you've lost muscle mass and you're on the wrong path. So now you need to adjust your calories of your diet upwards with a 10% factor. And then after a 14-day period, you redo these measurements. If the scale has dropped and the fat caliper measurements has dropped, then it means you are on the right path. You are in the sweet spot where your body is not in a famine environment, it's not losing muscle mass, and it's targeting its fat reserve to get energy, and this is exactly where you want to be. If the scale increased and the fat calipers increased, then it means your calorie intake is too high. You literally put on fat, and you need then to downwards adjust the calorie percentage factor with 10% of your across the board of the whole diet, until the point that you hit that sweet spot again, that sweet spot where you only lose the fat and you're not losing muscle. This is the process you need to do every 14 days at least, so that you can realign. keep on realigning your diet to fit your body perfectly. And don't think when you've hit the sweet spot where you start losing fat, you don't have to go and do this 14-day realignment process. Your body is changing. The whole time your body is changing. So any moment you can start going out of this perfect sweet spot environment, and you need to realign continuously your body. And you need to not do it ever with more than 10% up or 10% down, the calorie amounts. You do not want to give your body a sudden, quick shock on the calorie amount, because that is when things start to go wrong. So the maximum value that you can adjust your diet with at any given point in time, depending on your results of your measurements and your weighing in on the scale, is by a 10% factor. Okay, and I hope this helped you guys and girls. I'm going to put my cutting diet for you on the link of it on the bottom of the screen. It's a good starting point, but even that, you can't just go and plug it in. You need to go through this realignment process to make it work for your body. Cheers, everybody, grow and make it happen. Gert signing off.